Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Yuliani from Biology D. In this part, I will explain about efforts to expand Islamic civilization. This is the background issues. The history of Islamic civilization is events that occurred in the past where at that time Islam was the main force and cause of the emergence of a culture that had a system of technology, building arts, fine arts, state system and science. The event experienced by Muslims since the birth of Islam has occurred in the past 14 centuries that colored the history of world civilization. Islamic civilization is considered to be one of the most influential civilizations in the world. If we look back, the civilization of Islamic world suffered a crushing blow in the contestation of civilization. This is an attempt to eliminate Islamic civilization. Efforts to expand Islamic civilization is 1. The destruction of ulama's works, 2. Islamic demonology, 3. Western world reformation. 1. The destruction of ulama's works. The fall of Baghdad to the Mongols. In the 13th century, the city of Baghdad fell to the Mongols. The fall of Baghdad to the Mongols not only ended the Abbasid Caliphate, but was also the beginning of the decline of Islamic civilization. And then in 565 Hijriah or 1258 Masehi, Mongol soldiers of about 200,000 men arrived at one of Baghdad's doors. Caliph Mustashim, the last ruler of the Bani Abbas in Baghdad, was completely helpless and unable to contain Hulagu Khan's army. One of the massacres and destruction in the city of Baghdad were the Dajjal or Tigris River turned black due to the ink of thousands of manuscripts and books by Islamic scholars in various branches of science that were thrown into it. Then all the facilities in the city was destroyed, which consisted of libraries, hospitals, mosques, madrasas, baths, and noble houses. Figures and restaurants were all destroyed. And factors influencing Hulagu Khan's mother, wife, and close friend, Kit Buha, is a Christian fanatic who harbors a deep hatred of Islam. His adversaries were many Persians hoping for revenge for their century or defeat. Islamic demonology. Definition of Islamic demonology. The term demonology is defined as the study of demons, while the term Islamic demonology refers to the original meaning of demons and demonology, which is about Islamic Satan or Islamic ghosti maybe, and depiction and imagery of Islam as demons, devils, or gods. Meanwhile, if we refer to Hashim Hamid's definition of demonology, it is a systematic effort to make Islam and its followers seen as a frightening threat. In its journey, Islamic demonology takes place through negative imagery about Islam and its adherents, through Islamic fundamentalism, Islamic terrorism, and Islamic bombs, which were popularized by the mass media. In that way, the West seeks to drown out the image of Islam as Rahmatan lil Alamin and the best way of life system for mankind, making the world community hostile in and fighting Islam, growing Islamophobia, fear of Islam, as well as preventing and crushing the issue of the rise of Islam. The source of Islamology as general: 1. Historical revenge. 2. Misunderstanding Western society. And last one, Islamic world reformation. Uh, Definition of Westernization. Westernization itself comes from the word Western, which means West. So Westernization is a unity of understanding that form a lifestyle that enters the system in totally or with almost the same understanding that Westernization is a process of transforming values or originating originating from the West into other societies. According to Anthony Black, the actual presence of Westernization only started in the 1700s. At the time, a new relationship emerged between Islam under Ottoman rule and the West. And definition of secularism. Secularism is the separation between religion and politics. The Islamic Encyclopedia defines secularism as a school or system of doctrines and practice that reject all forms that are believed in and promoted by religion or believed to be completely separate from the state issues. In the Islamic world, Muslim scholars and scientists have views on Westernization, secularism, and secularization. Muslim scholars and scientists views on Westernization, secularism, and secularization. The leading scholar and philosopher in Egypt, Said Qutb, defines secularism as the construction of structure of life without a religious basis. Said Qutb views Westernization and secularism as contradictory to Islam. In fact, according to him, secularism is the most dangerous enemy of Islam. According to Professor Nurholis Majid, distinguishes secularism from secularization. According to him, the Muslim community is not compatible with the secular state system. Thank you for watching and listen me speak up. So thank you. I'm very thank you, and I'm very sorry. Pardon me if I make some mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.